Bubbles, the chimpanzee Michael Jackson had that was sucking on Whitney Houston's toe. You ever hear that story?
No, what?
She peeked under the table. She thought it was maybe Michael Jackson under there, and it wasn't Michael Jackson. It was Bubbles sucking on her toe.
I am dead.
The chimpanzee.
Monét Talks. Everybody come sit down, let's have a chat. Monét Talks. Living life gossip, chop it up, this or that. Monét Talks. Get comfortable, cause you on the show. Monét Talks. We just wanna know where you been, who you been with. Monét Talks.
Okay, Monét Talks listeners, subscribers, likers, viewers, and everything else in between. Today we are joined in studio by, honestly, you started all this shit. It's because of you we're here.
What? Me?
It is Tammie Brown.
Oh, Tammie Brown, round and round?
Tammie Brown, round and round. Tammie, how you doing, Tammie?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So happy to have you here. You look beautiful.
Oh, I try my best.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Can we talk about this hair? So this hair is almost like it's 70s. No, it's 80s, very teased and curly and poofy and very, very gorge.
Wigs by Vanity.
Wigs by Vanity.
Shout out.
Okay, here's the thing about Vanity. I have never owned a Vanity wig because, I mean, she sells them like when you like buy them from her, like they look like that. Is this just straight out? This is not straight out the package.
This is shake and go.
No.
Uh-huh. And they're prima-teased, I guess, it's perma-teased or something like that to the effect of that.
And it comes out of the bag with this volume.
And this is a hard front. Well, you just tease it up a little bit. It's ready to go. Yes.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. And it's a hard front?
Yeah, it's a hard front.
Oh, can't even see that.
But I'm going to start going with bangs because I'm getting into my 40s, so I want to make sure that I don't have any of those injections in my forehead. Mm-hmm.
Are you opposed to all the things like Botox, filler, cosmetic surgery?
What do they say? Body mutilation, not for me? Anyhow, no. I mean, it's not for me. I just don't want to do all that. I do my facial exercises.
And just that. Have you seen the one they sell where this is like from the 90s or the 80s? You put it on your thing. It's like a thing that you put that goes from hair to hair, and it has like you just do this over and over to like so I guess exercise under your chin. I don't know what it is. One of those like old exercise machines for your chin.
Oh, I don't pay attention to that gibberish. But is there such a thing, huh?
I don't think it's real. Girl, you know, especially in America, people buy anything. There's no way that that's actually active because I don't think I guess there is a muscle here, but I don't think you can. I think it's poppycock.
And then there's Amazon giving away $50 million a year.
To who?
To people.
Where are these people? Am I
By
people?
law.
I'm a person. Give it to me.
Oh, you know, they're always selling something on the internet. Some gimmick.
Oh my God. What is your where do you indulge most on your internet shopping?
Oh, eBay.
eBay.
I like eBay. I like to just go on there and click and buy it.
Okay, I've not heard people shopping on eBay in a while.
Oh, I do.
Really? But you see, I don't like eBay because you have to bid. You have to like
No, you
bid.
don't.
You just buy things on
You
eBay?
can just buy. Usually they'll set a set price.
Like Amazon?
Yes.
Huh.
Normally like that.
What are you buying on eBay?
Ike and Tina Turner records, trolls, vintage trolls from time to time. I don't know, little fetishes. Damn trolls, damn it dolls. They're from Denmark originally.
Trolls are?
Yeah. Well, originally they're from, I guess, in Norway, Norwegian and stuff. But trolls are called trolls because Christians called those people trolls because they were mountain dwellers and they didn't want to practice Christianity. So the Christians called them trolls.
Okay, hold on. So trolls are from Denmark.
Around Denmark, and yes, the Scandinavian.
And Christians called them trolls because why?
Because they wouldn't practice the Christian religion. So then they vilified them.
Oh.
That's how it happens.
Got it.
Like they vilify most things, you know what I mean?
Got it. Christians, I did not know that's where trolls came from. Well, the trolls, I grew up in the 90s and trolls were a big thing. I was never into the trolls though. I didn't like trolls. I didn't like the ones with little stone bellies.
Right.
I was not a really troll girl, but I used to hook up with this guy that looked like a troll and I was into him.
Trolling and Dolan?
Carl, he was from the Bronx. Short, little, stubby guy. You know, a man that looks like he's like built like a fire hydrant. That was Carl, and we used to have a good time.
Yeah,
I'm really not into guys shorter than me. But he was just so buff. I found that to be hot. And then so we had a nice little tryst for a few months.
Of course, like a little jockey.
Yeah, like a little jockey. Yeah, jockeys are who ride horses. They're also often very, very small people.
Equestrians.
National
Velvet.
What does that mean?
That's the movie with Elizabeth Taylor. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's an old school movie.
Uh-huh.
See, Tammie, I don't like vintage movies.
That's okay.
I don't like things that are in black and white. Is it black and white?
No, it's not in black and white. It's a Technicolor film.
It's Technicolor.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't like films before. I don't like anything before 1975.
Oh, really?
Well, films specifically.
Films.
I mean, I wish I was alive in the 70s because to me that looked like, honestly, they looked like the best generation. All you had to worry about was syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia sometimes. Nothing else. And you could just live your best life. So I wish I was alive in the 70s.
Well, we did our best then. I have a feeling I croaked right at the end there, and I came back real fast.
So, Tammie, you're from Corpus Christi, Texas.
Well, I was born in Corpus Christi, right there on the Gulf of Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Let it be known it's a Nahuatl word, indigenous, a real American word, so apply it.
Yes, the Gulf of Mexico, not the Gulf of fucking America.
Thank you. That's a bunch of hogwash. Was that the whole continent?
It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking stupid. So you're born there, but you lived a lot of your time in Mexico. Where in Mexico?
And Costa Rica, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, I just came back from Costa Rica.
What'd you think?
I liked Costa Rica. So we flew into San Jose.
Uh-huh.
And my boyfriend, he's very outdoorsy, very adventurous. I am not.
Mm-hmm.
So his fantasy was to go and like be in like the jungle. So we landed in San Jose. We rented a car and drove 4 hours south to Uvita.
Mm.
And Uvita was nice, very nice. It was fun. And we stayed in this Airbnb that was like half inside, half outside. So everything at the Airbnb was outside except the bedroom. The bedroom was inside. And like, girl, Costa Rica has like all kind of animals running around, monkeys and shit. I was like, oh my God. Like at one point we were sleeping and then you could not tell me. The doors locked and closed. It was 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm hearing things moving outside. I'm like, I know there was a monkey like fucking making some shrimp on the Barbie or something.
Or could have been eating your toothpaste.
Probably. But so Costa Rica was fun. It was cute. And then the last night, we were there for 3 days. The last night we drove back up to San Jose and we went out into some clubs there. It was very nice. The queens were very lovely there. Loved the queens in there. How long did you, as an adult, did you live there?
No, as a child.
As a child, okay.
Around the age of 2, but I fully remember it.
Yeah.
They shot an anaconda on the beach.
They do not have anacondas in Costa Rica.
They have bigger snakes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Snakes.
Okay, I think my aversion to snakes is strictly, I think, because of the Bible and like religion. I think religion has villainized snakes. They made us all scared of these very... I have friends who have snakes. One friend, Jill. I got so many friends. One friend, Jill. She has a snake, and her snake, I wouldn't play with it, but it seems like a very nice animal. But we've, as a society at large, we've villainized these very sweet, sometimes docile little slithery creatures.
I don't want no snake.
But they're sweet, though. But the Bible is the reason that you think they're scary.
Oh, the Bible. Do you know that Jesus slept with 12 men, those disciples? And he hung out with a prostitute woman, Mary Magdalene. So apply it, right?
Yes.
And that's what they do over there in the Middle East.
They sleep with men?
Well, they kind of, this little stuff they play around, fiddly diddly. Because you can go to Tehran, and get a sex change, but you can't be gay.
Really?
You better believe it. And I talked to several people there, too.
Huh.
At their own risk and my own risk of losing a lover.
Have you ever been to Iran?
No, not yet.
Okay, yeah. So people don't know this. You're fully fluent in Spanish.
Correct. The other white language.
The other white language. I tried so many times to get fluent. Every time because I'm a Rosetta Stone girl. I bought the whole Rosetta Stone Spanish, and I said I was going to do it. Did it for like a month. Now I've tried to do Duolingo like 17 times, learn Spanish, and. Okay, if I go to a Spanish-speaking country, for example, in Costa Rica, I can get around and I can talk to people, but I just am not, I want to be fluent. I'll probably say I'm like, on a scale of 0 to 100%, I'm about 30-40%.
Good for you. Just keep practicing.
But
Dele ganas.
But I need to live in, I feel like the only way for me to truly learn is to be immersed in the culture and immersed in the language.
Pues estás aquí en Los Angeles. You're here in Los Angeles, right?
Sí.
Pues aquí aplícalo. Apply it here in Los Angeles because they speak some of the best Spanish here in Los Angeles. Because in Texas, they have a different dialect, that Tex-Mex stuff.
Tex-Mex.
But every Spanish is its own unique style, so should be respected. I've learned that because I'm learning Nahuatl, the indigenous language, the Aztec language, or Mexica language that Mexico's named after one group of people. The whole country is named after one group.
Got it.
Because it's a bunch of different groups. But Anyhow, such as the Americas. But I've been learning Nahuatl, but there's different variations as well, but they're all one, they're all respected. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm also learning Bulgarian as well.
Why Bulgarian?
So that I can have my Bulgarian entourage.
Bulgarian entourage of who? Where?
Or my Bulgarian lovers.
Okay, this is very ignorant. Where is Bulgaria? I know it's in Europe.
Right above Greece.
Oh, okay.
And do you know where the vampire came from?
Transylvania.
Yeah, it's right above. Transylvania is right above Bulgaria, and then under Bulgaria is Greece, and they are on the Black Sea. Bulgaria is on the Black Sea, and that's where Nosferatu, the vampire, he came through there, or whatever he goes by.
Nosferatu.
That other movie was so stupid. Male on male rape and all that stuff, and
the new one that just came out with the Skarsgård boy.
Sheer trash.
It was. I didn't see it, so I can't even judge it.
Well, if you want to waste your time, let me know about it.
See, I like good old vampire movies. Like I think that Vampire in Brooklyn, which was Eddie Murphy in the '90s, a good film. I'm a big. Are you watching the Interview with the Vampire new series on AMC? Very good. Dracula: An Untold Story. I thought that was very good. And also, big up to Kate Beckinsale and Underworld. The Underworld series I thought was very good. I love the vampire. Are you into? That's not science fiction. That's just fiction.
Fiction, science fiction, which doesn't, to be honest, horror doesn't get any respect. They should for the makeup and the ideas. I know the plots are the plots aren't that weak, but maybe so in some of the monologues or whatever, and dialogues they have on these films. But they should get some credit for the fantasy and the work that goes into them, the makeup and everything and costuming. They don't get anything. And I think it's time that they start getting something from the Oscars. Pat on the back.
Well, the Oscars, you're right. They don't really give respect to horror and thrillers. I think there's only like dramas really excel at the Oscars.
Correct.
And I remember when I think Black Panther is the only, and going on to like these crazy superhero movies, Black Panther is the only one that's ever won any like critical acclaim from the Oscars. And I think the Oscars, they only prioritize and respect drama and like that, like those, but thrillers, horrors, comedy. No one else really gets the Oscars. That's a good point.
It's kind of ridiculous because it's all a style and a form. I mean, you can make someone laugh, and that should be getting. Comedy
totally.
Doesn't get Oscars either. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there like, no, Monet, you stupid bitch. Shallow Hal won this, and I don't fucking know, but. As much as I can tell, Dawson's going to do a little research. I don't think comedies really okay, that's what I'm going to say. Comedies are really excel at the Oscars. You see dramas be more respected.
Always dramas.
Always dramas. We love a good drama. When did you know that you were funny?
It took a while. I've always known I'm funny, but to be a comedian, that took me a while to say, yes, I am a comedian.
Like, why is that?
Because I can just stand there. People are going to laugh. Or I can just, like that's the thing I said on the show, RuPaul's Drag Race and All Stars and all that. It's just the way that I'm naturally funny. So I wouldn't have applied that to myself. But I am a comedian.
Yeah.
By heart.
Yeah.
By nature.
By nature. Do you come from a funny family?
No, but my like the one-liners and stuff, I would give a lot of credit to my father for that. We'd think, what stupid stuff is he saying over there? But I excel in that as well. Yeah, catchphrases and whatnot.
You had some iconic. Wait, John, do you have a thing about
this? Do you remember Green Book? Viggo Mortensen.
Yes.
That is considered a dramedy, and it won Best Picture.
That's not a dramedy. Yeah.
Dramedy? What happened?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No.
Okay.
Oftentimes, the movies at the Oscars I have never seen.
Yeah.
It's always movies that I've never seen. I out of like the category of like 8 movies, there's like one I've seen. Are you a big movie buff? Do you watch a lot of film?
I watch a lot of films. I saw a lot of male-on-male rape seems to be a theme in movies these days. Like The Brutalist.
I didn't see Brutalist.
Spoiler alert. And then in Nosferatu, there's male-on-male rape as well there.
Really?
No.
Well, I think that's a straight realizing that male-on-male sex is hot, and no matter how much they try to act like they don't like it, how we're licentious, how they try to push us away, they realize the male-on-male action and female-on-female action, like the same sexes, we get it. We have a good time. So I think they're trying to get a little bit of that.
Well, there's so many friends that are people that will come out later and tell you, oh, we need a good dicking down or something to the effect of that. And I'm like, oh, really? So you're feeling that way? Oh, okay. Okay, Junior. Okay, Craig. You know?
Do you remember the first time we met?
Yes.
Where?
On the tour.
Yes. We did a tour. It was you, myself, Bob, Fifi O'Hara, Jeremy Carey, formerly known as Fifi O'Hara, Thorgy Thor, Mo Hart, and I think someone else.
And Ginger Minge.
And Ginger Minge. And we did a tour in through the UK with Club Kids. Well, formerly Club Kids. You know
what happened to them?
A girl. They got accused of like holding money from girls, not paying them, and being very exhibiting very deleterious actions. So they've ceased to exist.
Deleterious? Run the gamut. Auntie Bev speaks.
Speaks.
Do you follow her?
No, but I've heard, I've seen her stuff.
I enjoy her.
Yeah. So they're not anyway. But besides them, but my first time I met you, and I just remember just being upset. You're again the one-liners. You're just so you're fucking hilarious.
Thank you. That was a fun tour, though.
It was fun. Thorgy was crazy, but that's normal. And what I remember about that tour is that Mo Hart was wearing a lot of perfume, and Thorgy's very sensitive to smell. So they would all, oh my God, y'all, they had us in this like rickety, nasty 16-passenger van with, I just listed, 6 queens, plus our assistants, plus all of our bags.
And the 2 dancer guys, I think.
And the 2 all of us in like a 15-passenger van. It was the most insane thing I've ever done.
We stayed on in the van, but you guys got some train rides or something?
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. There was one city. They wanted us to drive from, it was like an 8-hour drive.
8 hour, yes.
From, I don't know, Newcastle to somewhere else. And we were like, guys, or from somewhere to Newcastle.
Correct.
We're like, we're going to just get a train ride. I was like, it was way more comfortable. The van was so cramped.
It was.
And then, yeah, they were not pleased with us. But like, just pay the $200 each to get us a fucking train ride. But you rode the van.
I rode in the van.
Why?
You know, just can't afford to shop at, Dairy Queen. What is that song? She can't afford to buy it. Had to pawn her diamond ring because she can't eat something at Burger King. It's an old song from the 90s.
Is that Chaperone?
No, please. Thank gosh she's a lesbian.
I know she is.
She thinks she's a crack up with that country lesbian song.
Oh, the new one, the Giver.
Yes.
Do you not? You're not feeling it?
No, I think she's good. I think she's great, but I don't think it's funny to have a lesbian song. I mean, I do love Katie Lang. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I guess it's okay since she's a queer.
Yeah, she is a queer.
And her that album did hit deep. I mean, sitting in the back seat or in the front seat, knee deep. Oh my God. That's for Ike Turner.
Okay, people don't know this. Tammie is a huge Tina Turner lover.
Yes, correct.
You are. I feel like and other people I've met in my life, and I met a lot of people, you're the most, you just know so much. Like, what made you fall in love with Miss Turner?
What's Love Got to Do with It, the movie?
Angela Bassett. So, man, she didn't win an Oscar for that?
I know.
So annoying.
It is annoying.
Yeah.
And I love Lawrence Fishburne's performance as well in the movie.
So good as Ike. Girl, that scene when they're at the house, and everyone is there, they're partying, whatever, and they have the pool, and he's making us sing in the studio in the booth, and she's like, "Ay, come on, let's just da da da." And he makes everyone leave the house. Like it's like one of the really brutal scenes where he beats her up.
He rapes her.
Yeah, he rapes her, and that scene. Every time I watch it, I just it's so hard to watch, but the acting is so superb. I can Tina, Janet, Angela, and Lawrence did the Oscar-worthy performances.
It's a fun movie.
So good. So good.
I love that movie.
And also, it was back when you could, she lip-synced the whole thing, but it doesn't bother me. Like, I think now we are on this quest of when we see someone doing a biopic that they have to be able to sing, and they have to, no, Angela Bassett did a phenomenal job just lip syncing. Like, you don't have to be able to sing.
You wouldn't even know she's lip syncing.
You wouldn't know because it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that speaks to her acting chops. She's just really good at just being the role.
And the muscular arms. I love the arms.
So good to hit the Tina Turner.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite Tina album?
I have two favorite albums. It's the Break Every Rule album, super pop, and then I like then I like Wildest Dreams.
Wildest Dreams. What's the hit from that one?
Never in Your Wildest Dreams. And Golden Eye's on there as well. Golden Eye. But it's a little later. And then there's Wildest Dreams. It's on Never in Your Wildest Dreams. She does a duet with Barry White on there as well, which I love that version. And then after that, he croaked.
Oh,
Barry White.
You think so? Tina did it?
No, I don't think Tina did it. She's a very nice person.
Have you met her?
No, I never did.
Okay.
But I can't rate my success on meeting her or not.
Yeah.
Although I used to write the Oprah show all the time, and I'd get messages, correspondence from the Oprah show. I have some letters.
Well, you'd write the Oprah show saying
to meet
what?
Tina Turner back in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
And in fact, they had me submit a tape once, too, to perform.
And it is never materialized?
No.
Damn.
I know.
Damn.
But now with AI or the luck of animation, I can have a whole setup with that. Meeting Tina Turner on the Oprah show and maybe having David Letterman interview us.
Oh, why David Letterman?
Because I always thought he's so funny how he carries on with Tina, and I just really liked how he used to carry on with Richard Simmons and the way he is on the show. I don't know, it's something about the way he is. He's funny.
Yeah, David Letterman.
Yeah.
Tammie, when did you start drag?
Way back in high school.
High school?
Yeah, in high school, yes. Okay. In South Texas.
I feel like I met so many queens who started drag in high school. How are y'all started drag in high school?
Because I had a flair.
A flair.
Yeah, well, I was supported in my high school in South Texas, which is
Texas.
And a small population at the time. The population in Rockport, Fulton, where I'm from, actually, is the population was only 8,000 at the time.
Small.
I mean, not that I went around and wasn't called, a faggot or whatever, but I mean, I was able to do my thing, and other kids were hoorah-rahing me and encouraging me to do it, and the theater department as well.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And then so you started in high school, and then when did you start performing as an adult?
Oh, I started performing in high school.
In high school, like going to drag bars?
Yes, actually, I was 18. I was a late bloomer or graduated later, but by 18, I knew I could go to the nightclub, so I was able to go to the nightclub, and a club at the time was called Diva. A shout out to Aaron Davis, Corpus Christi, Texas. I would go do that. They set up a special show for us amateurs on Monday nights.
Did you have like a fake ID to get into this club?
No. We were able to go at 18.
18 or older.
18 or older at the time. So once I knew I was 18, I was going to go to the discotheque.
To the discotheque.
Well, the only reason they call it disco, the rest of the world calls them discotheques, dance clubs. Mm-hmm. We don't call them that because of, racism, gentrophobia and all that kind of stuff here in the States. Back in the 70s, they did that with Disco Sucks slogan. Ted Nugent and all those cool kids. And people like Kid Rock, we love you. Miller Lite, we drink them in the fag bars as well.
Wait! I don't understand why they wanted to distance themselves from because disco was like free loving and
blacks and gays and Hispanics all dancing together.
Got it.
It was a very cultural thing. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
These honkies didn't want that.
Yeah, because they literally wanted stuff called honky tonk.
Honky tonk. Ooh, have you ever danced to the honky tonk?
I don't know what honky tonk even sounds like.
At the Blue Lagoon.
You just said, how close is Corpus Christi to El Paso?
Oh, God, that's quite a distance, about a 10-hour drive. What's going on there? You want to go to El Paso?
Well, I've been to El Paso. I've never been to Corpus Christi. I've been to El Paso. That was one of the moments I've gotten the most. That was like the third time in my life I've ever been blackout drunk.
Oh, really?
I got blackout drunk. I did, and I love this club. I forget the name of the bar in El Paso. They bring a lot of the girls out there, and this is when I first got on Drag Race season 10. Did it? Got so fucked because I did this thing. I would do my show, and I would do after my first time. I'd be like, listen, if you want to see me do a shot, if you bring a shot to the end of to the stage, I would drink it no matter how many.
Oh, God!
At this point, I'm like 7-8 shots in of tequila, and I black out. Patty, my assistant Patty, that used to travel with me, we go back to the hotel. I'm just like, I remember none of this. I remember him telling me this. And then we got back to the hotel like 2 a.m. Our flight was leaving for Cleveland, I think, at like 5. So we just had time to go to the hotel, pack in the bag, and leave. And Patty's like, do you need me to help? I was like, no, I can do it by myself. pack my bags, whatever. Flying, we land in Cleveland at Delta, and the flight attendant goes, "Can I have a picture of you with you?" I'm like, "Sure." He takes a picture. I realize I'm still in full drag on my flight. So he turns the picture around. I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "I'm in drag?" He was like, "Yeah, girl." And I was like, "Okay." We get to the hotel. I open my suitcase. I get to the hotel. My laptop is on my backpack. I'm like, "Oh my God. I left my laptop in El Paso, and I left in the hotel room. How did I leave it?" I'm like going crazy. Open my suitcase. My laptop is face open in my suitcase because I just threw it in there in a drunken mess of a thing. So that's what I remember about El Paso, getting blackout, crazy drunk, and taking pictures in full drag, flying in full drag, even though my drag had been on for, at that point, almost 24 hours.
Look at you, real woman.
A real woman. I've never been blackout again since that. I said, no way.
Sheer transvestism.
It was sheer transvestism.
Or what is it, like Tammy Faye Messner? Which I met her twice. Tammy Faye Baker, I met her twice.
With the eyes.
Yes, I met her twice. And then, or like Dolly Parton, she always has her makeup on as well.
Well, okay. Tell me if you know about this. Allegedly, Dolly Parton always has her, she wears gloves.
Yeah.
She never has her hand shown because allegedly she has tattoos all down her arms. Do you think that's true?
Or maybe it could be liver spots.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't know all these rumors that she's a lesbian, she's tattooed up, she's I don't know, who knows what.
Yeah.
I do know she's a cool player and I would consider her an Earth Angel.
An Earth Angel, yeah.
You know what I mean? She does good things. She took all that money from Whitney Houston and she donated it from I Will Always Love You and donated it to community and called it Whitney Houston's Community.
Oh, wow.
A Black community. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Because for those of you who don't know, people think that Whitney Houston, like I Will Always Love You is her song. No. It was written by Dolly Parton, and Whitney covered it, and it became pop. I mean, Dolly had it pop as well, but Whitney, obviously, it's associated. That song is synonymous with Whitney Houston, but it was Dolly Parton's song. Wow.
And not Bubbles, the chimpanzee Michael Jackson had that was sucking on Whitney Houston's toe. You ever hear that story?
No, what?
She peeked under the table. She thought it was maybe Michael Jackson under there, and it wasn't Michael Jackson. It was Bubbles sucking on her toe.
I am dead.
The chimpanzee.
I love your shoes.
Oh, thank you. They're Melissa. I got them in Brazil.
Ooh. How many times have you been to Brazil?
Touring, I've never gone touring, but I've only gone on vacation over 5 times.
I am obsessed with Brazil. I went for the first time this past summer. Love Brazil. The people there are so dope. The men are beautiful. The parties there. And, people are like, and I am not saying that Brazil is not dangerous, okay?
Right.
I'm taking the locals, everyone's word for it. I get it. That's not the experience I had. Like, we hung out with a local woman there. Her name was Lucy. And she took me and my friend around to like all the pagogis you went to, the favelas, and we just had fun. Like, and so that was my experience in Brazil. And it was the best time I ever had. I'm obsessed.
I think Brazil rivals the United States of the Americas any day, to be honest with you.
I agree.
With the production and everything they have going on.
Yeah. Well, people, because I'm like, when people say that, for people who don't live in New York, like they tell you, go to New York. New York is the most dangerous place. Make sure you walk with your phone in your pocket because the perception is that you're gonna get mugged at any moment. And I'm like, I'm born and raised in New York. I've been mugged once. I have been mugged one time. To be fair, I was on the train at 5 o'clock in the morning, sleeping with my phone in my hand. So like whatever.
Right.
But like you can walk around New York and I don't feel unsafe. So I was like, maybe that's the same experience. If people like the perception we have, oh, Brazil's this dangerous place. Be careful, don't go. But I mean, I had a great time.
Well, I mean, here you can be shot down at any time.
Literally.
And they're not going to do anything about it.
At a grocery store, at a church.
Thank you. Those little kids serving that soft serve ice cream down there in San Ysidro, California in the 80s, and they came in that McDonald's, shot them all down. The ice cream's just pouring on top of their little bloody body.
It's crazy. Tammie, you were on season 1 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Correct.
Obviously. How did you audition? Did they scout you? Because I'm so curious because so many queens from the early seasons have different stories about how they even found out about the show. How did you find out?
It was 50-50.
Okay.
50-50 because I was top 20 on the list. Nina Flowers made sure to let me know that. I was actually the top 20 of all the queens that were, you would apply online. It was like an online campaign to be on RuPaul's Drag Race. And at the time we were going to have an assistant as well.
I've heard this. You're the second person that told me that. Raven said this as well.
It's a fact.
Even for season 2, they were going to have an assistant.
In fact, Raven's assistant was calling me to find out if I had been on and what was going on with them. She was so hungry for the part or needy, you know, wanted the part. But she was calling me because I used to work with Raven and all them. And then Raven got on the second season. But yes, the first auditions were with an assistant, which it's a great idea to have an assistant.
100%.
Because this is too much work.
Yes, it's a lot.
It's too much. It stresses me out.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so there was a casting going around beyond RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean,
yes.
This is 2008.
And there was an online casting, and I think Nina Flowers was like number 2, and then, like I said, I was number 20. There was a myriad of other people that were on there. And then I was in Hollywood because I worked here in Hollywood and I'd already acting and everything. So I think it was Candy Ass at the time who worked for Odyssey magazine, came up to me and she was working for Durano Fierce Casting, which is on Cherokee as well in the same building that WOW owns. Yes, now. And he was out there and he said, oh, well, he was giving me some rundown, some lip burn or whatever. And I was like, well, whatever. Okay. So I took his information. And then I waited a week, and then I called and went in for the audition.
And so you went to the Water offices. To RuPaul, was he part of the
No,
thing?
they weren't in there.
It was casting.
It was a Durano Fierce casting at the time.
Got it.
Yes, in the same building.
In the same building. And where did y'all shoot it?
And RuPaul's at World of Wonder was in there already. And I said, and I'd done auditions inside that building before. And I'd be like with Jules from Long Beach, and shout out to Jules, good friend of mine. And so we were in there and I said, oh, this is the company RuPaul's talking about back in the 90s on VH1. Cause I used to watch that show regularly.
His talk show.
Yeah. The one he got canceled from VH1 for being the Black Drag Queen channel. Let it be known.
Is that why he got canceled?
That's what the Theron told me that they had canceled him before, you know.
They canceled RuPaul's show.
In the 90s. It was 3 seasons. And then there was the Christmas special as well with Sherry Vine and Jackie Beaton. A lot of people are on that Christmas special.
I didn't know that.
But not in drag, you see.
Oh, got it.
He's the only one that can look pretty, you know. But can't get his Kennedy Award anymore, you know what I'm saying, when he goes in there. Not like he would go in and drag anyways. Hey, you know, these are facts.
Okay, so you get a casting, you like the show, and then how long did you have from when you would, because for season 10, after I did all the auditions and the casting, the Saki eval, whatever, for the day I found out I got on to I left, I had 3.5 weeks to get ready. So how long was y'all's time to get ready?
3.5 weeks. Well, it was a short amount of time.
Like maybe a week, 2 weeks?
I cannot recall, but I know it was a short amount of time. And then they said, oh, you know, you have to have some garments that are going to be spoiled or destroyed. So can you dress in this? And I have all these garments that have been given to me for years, all the vintage looks and stuff. It was all given to me. So, okay, by a friend who works in the fashion industry, Gustavo. Hello, Gustavo. Anyway, Avilares. And then he used to dress me. So anyways, but I took this dress that could be destroyed in the fall, and everything I'm wearing was all kind of used up stuff. But that's why I wore that look on purpose, so it could be destroyed. Little was it known that we were going to be sprayed in the face with a water hose, and I was raging. And the genius about that was that my makeup didn't crack. And this is when I glue my eyebrows down, which I learned how to do them properly from Raven, by the way. And because we used to do Ontario and all that stuff. And anyway, so she taught me how to do that, but it didn't crack. But I felt like such a clown. And the water coming out of my mouth and everything. Perfect. But the pressure they put on you, you know, on the show and for that psychoevaluation test. Oh, Lord have mercy. And then when I got on All Stars 2, All Stars 1 originals, that guy was calling me the counselor all the time. And I thought, oh, is he trying to cruise me? That's what I thought was going on, you know, but apparently they're just calling to do a checkup. Too much, I said.
Yeah, like, stop calling me bitch. I'm gone. I'm over it. Okay, and when did y'all, because the rumors have it that a lot of it was filmed in the basement of WOW. Is that true?
That's a lie.
Okay.
And it was not.
It was like a proper soundstage.
It was a soundstage out here in the valley. Out here, not too far from here on the freeway. And we would stay at the Ramada over here that's on the freeway over here by this shopping center right over here in Burbank. I'm pointing as if they know where I'm pointing, but we are in Burbank, California, right? We're not giving you the address. But because they'll come and stalk, you know, and pick it and do whatever they need to do. Yeah. Especially those Christian freaks. You know what they did to the trolls.
Yeah, what it is right. That's happened. Again, and then so when you did All Stars 1, was your purpose like, I'm going to go back and I want to show what I didn't show the first time, or you just wanted to, you know what, it's TV, I'll just go do it, whatever, who cares?
Well, it's TV, and I knew what it was going to be again, so why not? And rightfully so, I deserve to be on there, right? But also, too, when we would come in on season 1 to the studio over there was this the crafts. We don't have craft service. I've been working in the industry for such a long time, and I want to make sure that this is a thing, that World of Wonder does not take care of us as far as crafts is going. And they would just give us potato chips, or whatever. You've been on there. Season 1, the same thing. They still do it. I mean, when I was on All Stars, it was the same thing. So I would just prance myself into their little office, and I would get whatever I wanted.
Well, I think they've changed that since then. Every time I've been on, I've been on 3 seasons now, and they are way better. They give you like catered food and they have crafts. But again, it's because of probably the things that you guys went through at the beginning when I was when I was not, a part of it. That reason why they changed the behavior. We
would come into the studio, and the studio would be blazing hot out here in the valley.
In drag?
In drag, and you have to get ready. In the studio, the air conditioning system wasn't on.
Gag.
Yep. Klimatik is how you say air conditioning system in Bulgarian.
Klimatik.
Klimatik.
Are you aware of your iconic moment from the show?
Which ones?
Okay, well, first of all, season 1 reunion, the epic argument with you and RuPaul. It is so iconic. It is so fierce. Like, you were just, because I think to see someone just like speak their piece through and not spare any punches. Were you scared to do that?
He's not the first famous person I've told off before, or leader I've told off before. Yeah. I once told Andy Dick off too. That
Andy Dick. Oh my God, Andy Dick.
Why?
What happened with him?
We were down there, and I was down here with a gaggle of friends, and we were going to go to Cantor's on Fairfax, and I love that chopped liver sandwich they have there. Yummy, yummy. And those crunchy pickles. But anyway, so we were going to go in there, and Andy Dick saw us with some little senoritas, some young ladies, and he said, "Oh, y'all come across the street." Well, so we go into the pizza shop where he was, and he was in there with some wrestler guy. I don't know what he was doing, throw him around the room and who knows what. But anyhow, so we went in there, and then he says he just completely ignored us, ghosted us once we went into the restaurant. So I went over to him. I said, "Excuse me, you invited us in here, and they're hungry, and we want some food now."
That's right.
And I didn't say motherfucker or anything like that.
You should have.
I guess so. But that guy, within a minute, we all got our orders placed,
So RuPaul says, "No, Tammie, you forgot who you are. You forgot who you are. If I ever had a dollar for every time, I have $1 million trillion. Like, do you, now looking back, do you receive what Ru was trying to tell you, or you still think that, no, what I was saying was right?
Oh, what I was saying was right, of course. Please, she's is up there a puppet for World of Wonder. Come on, she gets all her money from fracking and whatnot. Give me a break. Skid marks deserve to be flushed. I mean, whatever, Mama Ru, please. She's not my mama, but I did watch her show religiously, and I just bought the album Ho 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 on vinyl because I used to have it on CD, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know what I mean?
100%.
I know all about her. I read her little book, letting it all hang out, and her stealing things like, what is that, burnt up a mink coat? I don't know if that was a burnt up mink coat in San Diego, California, or whatever, where she comes from, but that comes from, what is that, Paris is Burning. Thank you very much.
Wait, that she stole a mink coat?
That her mom burnt up a mink coat in the front lawn or whatever. For her dad or something. It's in the book, letting it all hang out. That's how I learned a lot of things, was from Mama Ru. But after a while, I started to learn when her career was waning, and it's like, this is all a bunch of regurgitated stuff she keeps putting out. Like peanut butter head, your mama's in the selling, your daddy's in jail, raising hell, your sister's on the corner.
Your sister on the corner selling peanut. But
it was your sister's on the corner selling nasty for sale. It's on the Foxy Lady album. Feel me falling in love again.
I don't know that. I don't know that one.
I like that album a lot. That's where Snapshot comes from. And they used to show Snapshot on VH1 as well.
What the fuck is Snapshot?
It was her song Snapshot.
RuPaul
Take my
song?
picture, Snapshot. Yes.
I don't know that one.
I loved that one.
Yeah.
See, I know my history. And then that's how I found out about was lip sync. I found out about from an article in the New Yorker, USA, whatever, one of these newspapers. But Lady Bunny, who you worked with for a while there, she's so crazy.
It's nuts.
We do love her, but she's a little crazy.
Yes.
And can be polarizing sometimes.
Yes.
So, but we love you, Bunny.
We love Bunny.
Clean your act up.
And then in All Stars 1, your favorites, because I mean, these are things that girls, myself included, would quote all the time. We go like, ah! I'm acting.
Yes, I am acting.
And so tell us about that moment. So were you just basically commenting on the girls being extra for camera?
No, it was myself and who was it? Myself and Yara Sofia. We were trying to diffuse the situation.
Between who was fighting? I forget now.
They were picking on Mimi, and it was being escalated through the thing. We all knew that something was going to build. Like Chad Michaels even went behind me and touched me, and we knew something was happening, and the producers were doing this. So our thing was coming from the seasons before that, seasons 1, 2, and 3. We figured that with the editing and stuff would have been so different. And then by this time, they had one on us because Yara, Sophia, and I were actually talking to camera because they had told us not to talk to camera in the seasons before, or like when the lights would be off. I said one time I was so mad on season 1. I said, I hope an 18-wheeler comes in here and runs you all over. And they, well, it doesn't matter, Tammie. The cameras aren't on right now. And blah, 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 blah. But, now they just record everything all the time, bits and pieces, put it together.
Yeah. Yeah. So that moment was you were trying to make light of the situation to be like, we're just all playing a part here, y'all.
Yes, we're all playing a part, and if you want crazy, you got it now. You know what I mean? And I was talking to that producer, and she had told me all these things in our hotel rooms, like all about her boyfriend being an alcoholic and how they found out he was an alcoholic when he crashed the car and croaked. And so anyways, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to give this to you, Miss Producer. And her father's actually the one that fucked Marlena Dietrich. And I said to her, I said, your father fucked Marlena Dietrich. In the editing, they switched it to my father, which it makes, fine with me. Would make him very old, though, my father, if he was having sex with Marlena Dietrich.
Yeah, yeah. And let's talk about the third one is Teletubby teleport us to Mars.
We're going to hashtag rebranding. It's going to be dominate us to Mars.
Okay.
Now that they haven't ever invited me or Manila Lazan or even Latrice Royale to hang out with the Teletubbies. Instead, they invited Jujubee or somebody else, which doesn't make a crock of shit.
The Teletubby to Mars, that was just you. But I do like the alliteration of Teletubby teleporters.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, the alliteration.
Well, because aren't they kind of like from outer space? I didn't like
where
Barney.
These fuckers are.
The dinosaur, I never liked him either.
Did I like Barney? I was fine. I mean, I did. I'm a fucking liar. I had tapes of Barney as a kid.
You did?
I did.
Everybody hit the floor. We love that dinosaur.
Is that one of his songs?
I just made it up a little bit. Or that old song from the 90s, some kind of, everybody love that dinosaur.
Yeah, that feels like a familiar thing. Okay, so the Teletubby Tell Us to Mars again was you just like leaning into the absurdity, the absurdity.
Yeah, because Manila was being, feeding into this and picking on Mimi and whatever they were doing there. So I was like, all right, shut up, girl.
Yeah. I had to say I was watching Tammie Brown Diaries. And I love which is your series on your YouTube channel.
Well, it's on the YouTube channel, and then it's also started on Instagram with John Mark.
With John Mark, okay.
And John Mark and I pair off so well together.
You do. I love it, John Mark. And I love the old school vibe of it. It seems very very lo-fi. It's very endearing. And you had something. Well, you didn't have her on there. She was a part of one of the episodes with Sutton Lee Seymour.
Yes.
How did you meet her?
Oh, I met her. She's down in Puerto Vallarta.
Love Puerto Vallarta.
And then she works. We were working together in Provincetown. That's how I met her.
Got it. I know her back from New York City days. Great queen.
Yeah.
Very funny.
I like her aesthetic a lot.
I like her aesthetic too. Great singer too.
Very good. And talented.
Very talented.
And actually, she's one of my up and coming, I would say up and coming, or just the style of drag. I really like it. One of my favorite queens. I've told her that.
When are you how did you and Kelly Mantle become friends?
Kelly and I became friends back when we were doing a show When Queens Collide. And it was a show that was all queens here in Los Angeles that sing. Willem was a part of this as well. And Holly Woodlawn. Holly came from Miami, FLA, shaved her legs along the way. One of the Warhol queens. She was also part of that as well. And she's croaked now. She's been dead for a while now. But we were all part of this When Queens Collide show. And Mama, who was part of LA, but Mama croaked as well after they amputated her toe.
Oh, no.
Aging is a problem sometimes.
Sometimes.
Or could be diabetes.
Yeah. Should we play a game, Tammie?
But, and I want to credit you for when we were doing what was it? Drag Isn't a Crime. And I like that you also...
Dragons and Dangerous.
Dragons and Dangerous. And you had pointed out, like, you said, I'm also on the spectrum, so I can't, and that's very poignant.
Yeah.
We're on the spectrum, as far as...
The gender and all of it.
Yes. And it should be respected like that.
It should. Well, I think that a lot of older queers, they have such a hard time digesting the spectrum of queerness. And I'm like, just think back when you were a kid and people could understand it was hard for them to conceptualize being gay and being lesbian. Like you just have to evolve and change the thing. Just realize that there's a whole rainbow of things that you can be, and why limit yourself to just blue, yellow, or red when there's cerulean, there's lapis, there's chartreuse, there's so many different colors to play with, but just play with all of them. Who cares?
Well, like even before colonization and everything too, with indigenous cultures, everybody had a place and we were revered. Our queers were revered. There's Xochipilli in Mexico. There's the Muxes in Mexico. There's here in the north. There was she went to in 1863. She went and razzle dazzled Grover Cleveland, Weewa from the Zuni, and they called her a Zuni princess, but she was a male. And in the Navajo, which is the Dene is their real name too, by the way. Like Inuit is the real name of the Eskimo before white men came and changed it. But in their creation story, the two spirits, so to speak, is what brought the tribe back together, the group together, because the males had went to one side and the females to another, and they're like, well, how are you going to produce and keep this tribe alive, this group alive? And so they got back. That's what united in their creation story. We are healers. That's our goal in life. I mean, that's what we're really supposed to do, but we've been marginalized and put into like meeting and seedy areas and all this kind of different stuff.
I agree with that, Tammie. Tammie's so beautiful, isn't she?
Oh.
Right. Let's do a little game.
Okay, what is this game?
It's called Who Did It Diva? It's not shady if it's true. So I'm gonna say like superlatives about your cast members in Drag House Rules.
Oh, Drag House Rules, have fun.
Yes. Okay. Which castmate is most likely to start drama just to keep things interesting?
Oh, who did the most drama? Butch Pudding?
Bitch Pudding?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
I got to hold the horn. That other one.
Oh, who?
Oh, God. I have to. Can't think of her name either.
Rock'em
Sock'em. There you go.
Sakura.
Oh, God. She was in there
Sakura.
cutting stuff up in my bed and took it a little too far.
Oh, no.
Doll hair all over my bed, and I had to sleep in that bed. Mind you, that room was controlled by air conditioning. The air conditioning system was controlled by a remote control, and the water temperature was controlled by a remote control.
For the shower and stuff?
You better believe it. We're in there trying to get the water hot. I'll shave my legs and stuff.
Oh, no.
Couldn't get it going.
That sounds horrible.
And the owner of the place, he was in there with us.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Officer Daniel.
Officer Daniel.
Or Deputy Daniel, whatever. Commissioner Daniel. That's
Commissioner
what he was.
Daniel.
Yes.
Okay. Who would be the first to cry in a confessional?
First to cry in a confessional. Maybe Jujubee or Laganja.
Can you cry on cue?
I can work myself up to it.
Me too. I can't do it. Like I know people who can just like cry. They were like immediately tears. I can't. I have to work myself up. So I have to take a second. Like,
what do you think about? What do you do?
I don't know. I don't think about anything in particular. I just stop. And I literally just think emotion. Like, I swear to God, I'm not thinking about something about, people think my dog dying or my grandma. I'm thinking about, I just think about sadness. I just think about what sadness feels like to me, and then the tears will come.
Nice.
What do you think about?
What do I think about? I probably think of some sort of emotional, maybe a regret or some emotional state of something going on, and then I can really focus on that. I do know that if I chant enough Tlaloc, the rain deity of the Aztecs, I can provoke myself to cry.
Ooh. Should we? Oh no, you're in drag. You shouldn't do it right now.
Well, allergies make me cry, and I have a bit of those today. So here we go.
I'm gonna say, should we do a cry out so you can cry first?
Oh gosh.
Should we?
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Okay.
It's going to take a minute.
I think I could do it in about a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, shoot. Let me see.
Should I do it?
If you want to.
Okay. All right. No, I can't do it. I'm like pea shy.
Could you imagine
that? Pea shy. Okay. Who's the most likely to form a secret alliance no one sees coming?
Who I would think Manila Luzon and Jujubee.
Jujubee. Don't we say Jujubee is so good on camera? When you do that Dungeons and Drag Queen show, she is.
She is really good, and I it's really awful that the fans they want us to constantly be just doing reality stuff, and they don't respect when we're actually doing some real acting.
Yeah, come on, we're not only reality. We can do drag queens. We can do that.
Yes,
give us more credit.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Which queen would 100% pretend to forgive you, then plot quietly for revenge?
Who would do that? Manila.
Right? That's very Manila, honey. Miss Luzon. Two more. Who's most likely to say something shady?
To say something shady is probably me.
Would you? Who would hold onto a petty grudge for the entire season and bring it up at the reunion?
Well, I know it's not Silky Nutmeg Ganache. And I really enjoy working with her. I have a lot of fun with Silky.
Oh, Silky! She's a piano player.
Really?
Do you play instruments?
No, just a vocalist. One day I will get a xylophone and play along with the xylophone. You better believe it.
Any aspirations for Broadway or anything like that?
If they come calling, sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of what role do I see Tammie playing on Broadway? I don't know a lot about musicals, but
the Joker.
Is there a Joker role?
Why not? Like Jack Nicholson.
On Broadway?
Why not? The Jack Nicholson infused ideology.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point that we haven't seen. I'm surprised they haven't tried to do it a Marvel superhero musical. You would think by now. That's not true. They tried Spider-Man the musical was fucking horrible.
It was very dangerous too, wasn't it?
Yes, terrible.
And didn't you two the band, they helped write that or something? Yeah,
I did not like Spider-Man. It was did not do that. So maybe, you know what? Maybe we should superheroes. We have enough fucking Avengers and shit.
Or we could just leave it to Jinx.
Jinx. Oh, Jinx Monsoon. If they called you back to go on the show again, would you ever go back?
I would go back for All Stars, but I don't think that I'm going to be asked back, and they ignore you fans. So why don't you, instead of burning up Teslas, go burn up World of Wonder? And I don't think people should be burning up the actual Teslas. I mean, hurting people that are driving in Teslas.
Well, people are burning up the ones in the lots at Tesla
That's
factories.
Fine. Have fun with that, but don't harass some Uber driver or somebody else, Joe Blow, down the street.
Yeah,
go seek revenge right there in South Texas.
Is that where his ship is at?
Oh Texas? Yeah, he's got out down there, South Texas and Harlingen, and he's really good friends with Governor Abbott. Hot Wheels. Yes, and I will make fun of Governor Abbott. Pathetic excuse for a Latin wannabe lover. Well, because he has a little adopted son.
Oh.
And he has a wife, and she's a Mexican or whatever, and he uses that as an excuse to keep doing all the vile things he does.
It's all these fucking shady ass conservatives who have partners who are people of color. Chelsea, not Chelsea Grammer. What's his name?
Oh, the one with the Asian wife?
Yes.
I don't forget
the one the melting candle.
Ladybug.
The one with the glasses. Mitch McConnell.
Oh, Mitch McConnell.
His wife is Asian. JD Vance's wife is Indian. Abba's wife is Mexican.
Traitors.
Traitor.
What do they call them? What is that name for that? Malinches. Malinches is a Spanish word for a young lady from. Well, it's a Nahuatl word. Malinche. Traitor. Malinche. Yeah.
Do you know a perfect sentence I can say in Spanish? Para continuar en español, marque oprima dos.
Muy bien. Liga ya.
Liga ya.
That's from Walter Mercado.
Walter Mercado. Oh, my God.
Boricua. Puerto Ricans.
Puerto Rican guy.
I love those Puerto Ricans.
What's the thing about them Spanish speakers, okay? I'm born and raised in New York. Dominicans speak Spanish too fast.
Right.
It is lightning. I cannot understand Dominican Spanish because it's so fast. Puerto Rican is a little slower, but I feel like Mexican folk who speak Spanish, it's a little more.
It's slow.
It's slower. Dominican's like, I'm like, girl, I can't comprehend anything what you just said. It's so fast.
There's different words they say which my Spanish, it gets all mixed up because I'm using different dialects or different, like Spanish, they say ascensor for elevator, and in Mexico you say elevador, or alberca is swimming pool in Mexico, or you can say piscina. See, that's another one. Or like they say, like in the Dominican Republic, they say for bean, what do they say? Habichuela. In Mexico.
But frijoles.
Frijoles, sí.
Sí.
And they call banana in Costa Rica.
Ooh.
Plátano in Mexico.
Yeah. The Dominicans call it plátano también. Okay. Can we have a little conversation in Spanish? Can you see how good I am? Okay, let's.
Sí.
Hola, Tammie, ¿cómo es? Actually, I'm in the Dominican. Hola, Tammie, ¿qué lo que?
Pues todo bien aquí. Con gusto estar aquí en tu show. Qué éxito.
Monét Talks.
Sí, Monét Talks.
Sí.
Aquí en Monét Talks. Estoy encantado de estar aquí con usted. O encantada, lo que sea.
Yes, sí.
¿Y tú sabes de la Lucía Méndez?
Okay, do I know Lucia Méndez? Sí, I had to translate. No sabe Lucia. ¿Quién es ella?
La más famosa.
Oh.
Ella.
No, sorry. ¿A dónde?
¿En dónde? En México.
México.
Y hasta que se puso en un pleito con la Madonna.
Oh, Madonna?
Que se fuck you, así.
Oh.
Supone que pelearon.
What does supone que mean?
Supposedly.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. That was good.
Yeah, good.
I was decent.
Queda practicando aquí en Los Ángeles con los chicanos.
Okay. Yeah. See, anytime I go, I try my best to speak Spanish, right? Like, by my home, there's honestly, I think it's the best fucking Mexican food spot in LA.
Where?
Angel Sacos.
Okay.
Is the thing. And so me and them, we always, they only talk, I told them to only talk to me in Spanish.
Okay.
And then we have a little repertoire too. I love them over there.
Have you been to Alberto's? Those little Alberto's, they're good. Those little fast food ones. And then there's the one over there, Los Tacos over here next to the Foo Bar on Santa Monica Boulevard is really good.
Okay. All right, good. Tammie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Such a delightful conversation. You're hilarious. It was great having you here, and I love your insight and your knowledge, and I just adore you.
Thank you. And I would like to promote Provincetown, Massachusetts.
Yes.
Starting June 18th through September 14th, the day before my birthday. And then I'm going to be releasing a song called Ethereal.
Ethereal.
It's a feeling.
And what's the vibe?
Ooh, I think I'm falling and I need to let you know.
Oh. I think I'm falling and I need... I don't know.
To let you know.
To let you know.
I'm feeling you from head to toe.
And in P-Town, what do you do? P-Town is going to be is it a one-woman show? What is it?
Yes, it's my one-woman show, Ethereal. And then we're also going to be doing at the Red Room there. And then we're also, Ginger Minge will also be at the Red Room with us there. Yeah. And then we will also be doing a Holiday Sparkle Christmas in July series there.
Okay, cute.
Swim trunks and ho-ho-hos.
We love that. I love being a ho-ho-ho.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hook up and drag, Tammie?
I don't have a problem with that. What do they call them? Tranny chasers and all that business? I don't have a problem with them. Bring them on. As long as, it's going to cost a lot to look this pretty, as Dolly Parton says. You know what I mean? And they're going to have to wait for it.
Yeah.
I came to that conclusion a long, long time ago, though.
Wait, you have a big diamond on your finger. Are you married?
No, this is just a gift from a fan.
Oh, okay.
It's supposedly 21 it's 21 carats of amethyst, I should say, not to insult them, and citrines.
Cute.
And these are my lucky power colors.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Said one of those Turkish soothsayers, so to speak.
Okay. In Bulgaria?
No, I met him in Warrington, Texas.
Okay, not Bulgaria, the opposite. Yeah. Warrington, Texas.
But the Ottoman Empire did rule Bulgaria.
Yeah, Byzantine.
And they really influenced the Bulgarians. That's why they kind of had that ha-la-la-la-la stuff going on.
Have you ever seen Turkish oil wrestling? So hot.
Oral?
Well, I've done some Turkish oil wrestling, but it says Turkish oil wrestling.
Oh, oil wrestling.
They wear these like tight little pants. They get doused in olive oil and they're wrestling each other. It's one of the hottest things I've ever seen. Y'all Google it. It's hot.
How sensual.
Yeah, delicious. Thank you, Tammie, for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching another episode of Monét Talks. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Monét Talks.